Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Gaming with Esco. Here we are at the Chorus's camp. We got a dead dude, rotting, bearing a scarlet chorus. War paint is skewered upon a wooden pike. Ooh, Shivershank. Quiet Shiv and Shivershank are arguing. It proves everything. The warrior slams her fists together in a resounding clap. Like, for instance, whether you're fit to lead that flock of children. Behind her, the members of her gang posture with weapons held at the ready. Did you not hear the news of the edict? This is a foolish distraction. We ought to be saving our fight for the enemy. The chorus warrior looks to his gang, giving them a quick nod. He's right. The edict will kill us all if the Ascension Hall is not taken soon. Well, until Fifth Eye starts the mustering chant, we ain't got nowhere to be. She gestures towards the gang across from her. So now's our chance to have it out before things get serious. What's the problem here? No problem here, Lord Binder. She tosses her blade in the air, catching it with a smile on the way down. Captain Fuckwit here seems he's about to balk from this challenge. Thanks just because he used to run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. She spits on the ground, looking up with a scowl. So I'm calling him out, because the way I see it, his warriors ought to follow me, not this new blood. And she makes a compelling argument. Captain Fuckwit was my father. Fuckwit will do just fine. The warrior points to the opposing gang. If we have to prove our strength, we'll do it happily, but I'll have your hands and feet removed and the rest of you kept for my own use. Oh, okay. Allow me to join you. I enjoyed a good bloodbath. Let's gamble. Care to wager on this fight? I could use a few rings. Why not? Might as well win a string as I gut her and take her gang. He spits a wad of blackish vagrant's chaw towards Quiet Shiv's feet. A sharp, vicious grin cuts across her face. You're welcome to try. Bronze rings. I'm going to bet 5 bronze rings on whom? I'll bet 5 bronze rings. Man, that Fuckwit line. Yeah, Shivershank. I'm betting money on you. The soldier offers a quick, solemn nod. Come, who of you will be the first to meet my blade? The gang leader tosses her knife from one hand to the next. Hey, Shivershank won. The blood-spattered fireman gives you a solemn nod. Okay, we got some armor, some bracers, and
Sorry, I can't.
that's okay. That was it, huh? It's lost 5 bronze, and the guard places her hands on her by her belt as you approach, gripping of the hilt of a blade. Past this point is the chorus territory. You don't look like someone conscript. You're sure you're in the right place? I am Pablo the Pugilist, Fatebinder of Tunin. I'm here to help vanquish the Oathbreakers. You know, I think I was told to expect somebody, but you seem too ugly to be him. The lips crumple into a smirk. Why exactly should I let you in? And more importantly, what's this hulking ton of iron doing here? The guard gestures at Barrack with a sneer. Push her down. Before she could draw her blade, you advance. Place your foot behind hers and give her a stiff shove on the shoulder. Caught off balance, she tumbles backwards, triggering an outburst of laughter in the other guard. I can't believe you sassed the Fatebinder. You're such a stupid ponce. Didn't I tell you we had a special guest coming? The guard waves you in with a smile. Come on in, and don't let the ninny shitters in camp give you any guff. I didn't plan on it. No ninny shitting on me. Death knell. You? As much as accusation as a question, the broad-shouldered woman shakes her head with a scowl. So you're Tunin's Fatebinder. I was expecting something more impressive. She bows in spite of her misgivings. Death knell, Scarlet Fury. My time is yours for as long as it amuses me. Okay. The fighter effortlessly spins a bronze sword about in her hand. Let's get one thing clear. Stick to your words and law. Leave the fighting to the grown adults. Your corpse would just be tripping hazard to those of us who have a proper bit of carnage sport. We've got enough useless twats dying for our name as it is. Our horde recruits seem good for of late. Is piling in a shit reeking mound on the battlefield. Okay, so okay, they all suck. She hums low to herself and flips her sword side to side with several deft flicks of her wrist. Keeps up, and we'll have to toughen our recruitment standards again. Now, what do you need? You said something about the horde thinning? Swelling until it's thundering, then crashing and receding. It's been the way of the chorus for as long as I've been in it. She offers a one-shouldered shrug, ambivalent if anything, but more likely just uncaring. We take our prisoners alive, give them a chance yet to live, to be reborn into something better, putting any and every able body to the sword like the disfavored do is nothing but a waste. A conquered enemy is but a new ally, and merely requires the proper coercion. Of course, we do sometimes have the problem of lingering loyalties. Deserters are rarely successful in their escape, but they do try. The Venturing Guard, strengthened by their numerous blood ties, have been particularly stubborn. So I've a better plan hatched. What might that be? I'm thinking we redouble our efforts to recruit settlers, focusing on the unaligned and unsuspecting, instead of flushing ourselves to the gills with oathbreakers claimed from the battlefield. And how do you plan to convince them? A knife point has sufficed well enough in the past, but you've inspired me to try the more diplomatic approach this day. What do you say, Binder? You might be able to ease them into the idea and save the lives of their friends and neighbors in the process. Honestly, if it means expediting the end of this meandering conflict, then so be it. Remote settlement is now unlocked in the world map. Fury howls a satisfied laugh and smacks you dead on the back. My methods are surefire. You'll see. I'll mark the settlement on your map. She grins, biting her bottom lip bloodied. I can't wait to see the outcome of your efforts. What were you expecting, by the way? Let's see. Death Knell counts on her fingers, conducting some mental tally. From your deeds during the conquest to how you've helped us since then. She shrugs. Suppose I didn't expect much, and you've done nothing to challenge it. By Scarlet Corps standards, you're no more ordinary than a conscript. Work a little harder, setting yourself apart. Maybe someday you'll live up to your name. Insult me again, and I'll bury a blade in your belly before you can scream. She peels a surprise, but please laugh at your threat, tapping the flat of her blade against her thigh. She cants her neck until it audibly cracks. Maybe there's something more to you fate binders after all. Perhaps there is. Okay, let's see what we've got. Well, we've got loot. Yep, loot. Biggie.
What have we here?
Yeah, what do you got stashed up there, huh? Rot Spear. Enraged Affliction for 120 seconds plus mindful. Drugs, okay. Hail, Fatebinder of Tunin. The disfavored officer pounds a heavy gauntlet against his chest in a stiff but warm greeting. Were I a betting or a superstitious man, I'd say fortune must favor me today. I am not. But I'm pleased to meet you all the same. Now what brings you to my little slice of personal damnation, otherwise known as, he spreads his thickly gloved hands wide, this here mud and shit stinking chorus camp? Have anything you'd like to report, soldier? Maybe you've noticed something unusual during your time here. He cants his head to one side, taken aback. What about the course isn't unusual? The army itself is a strange, malnourished beast. But no, the screamers seem mostly in order, sir, and I haven't been spying, if that's what you're implying, sir. Still as a post, he studies you sharply, scarcely appearing to breathe. Of course, even if I was, it'd be damn near impossible to learn anything from this shit sty. Fifth Eye and those damn Furies don't even loop me in enough for me to do my detail. And it's not for lack of trying on my part. Right, because you seem so easy to work with. He guffaws, loud and bemused. Aren't I? Iron Marshals always said I was too soft when it came to incomers on account of me being such a good-natured fellow. In fact, you should tell Death Knell that. Maybe she'll stop hiding troop movements from me or passing me enemy intelligence. She thinks he'll get me killed. Okay. Fifth Eye must authorize all prisoner visits. Does Fifth Eye also need to authorize me taking this rusted iron sword? Didn't think so. We got Reg and Baz. Oh, can't unlock that one. Okay. Snigler, Dagos, and Fifth Eye. What is this? Scroll sits here, glowing with mystical energy. I do not meet the requirements to understand it. Okay. Warhammer and some bracers. Let me see your wares. Not much, but let me know if anything that piques your interest. Cool. Cool.
Can't do that.
Arg. She says there's loot over here, but I'm not seeing. Well, look what we have here. Chewing on some manner of cud. A heavy-set soldier flings spittle and crumbs as she talks. The Fatebinder finally shows himself. I'm Reg. The second soldier chimes in, and this is Baz. We were wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The Fifth Eye has been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to watch you like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Baz knits her fingers together, joints cracking as she smiles. Reg clears his throat loudly, scowling at Baze. Something like that. If you have any questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone else at camp who will give you answers, or even a smile. So, what can we do for you? Tell me about yourself, Baz. I was a sellsword at the beck and call of fat merchants. Just another dented face in the crowd. After too many years of spilling blood in local skirmishes, I realized that I was only killing time. Then Cairo showed me a better way. Unity. Purpose. Now I fight for something, not just someone. And yourself, Reg. He scratches the back of his head, at a loss for words. I had a family, a farm, then the chorus came and, well, now I have the chorus. Priorities change when you hear screams in the night and feel a blade pressed into your neck. Things like farms or families don't seem as important. I used to have nightmares just thinking about the calling. Felt awful. Remembering how I hacked my mom and dad to bits just so I could survive. What is the calling? When the scholars conscripts a village, they hold a ceremony known as the calling. Every able-bodied man, woman, and child is given a weapon and forced to fight their family and friends to the death. The survivor deemed strong enough and free from old ties to join the army of the voices of Narat. Fifth Eye heard me howling one night, pulled me out of the horde, and took an interest in me. Now I'm studying magic. All fire from nothing. If Mom and Dad could see me now, they'd be so proud. You know, if you didn't murder them. Let's see what you can teach me. Let's dance, Binder. Oh, he'll train me to improve a skill here. Okay. Yeah, give me a splash of bows. And give me one-armed combat. I've leveled up, which is outstanding news. And more armed combat. And more armed combat. Okay. Level up. Let's undo some of the damage I've done, and let's zero that out. Yes, I'd like to save that. Do I have a point here? I do have a point. Okay. Let's refocus here. I think let's maybe focus more on bow. Right? Because one talent point spent in a range tree adds armor penetration with thrown weapons. I'm not throwing weapons. I want to shoot my enemies, my foes. Let's hit them more often. Yes, I'd like to save that. And let's go back in here. Yeah, ever since the Fatebinder spoke Kairos' edict, I felt like bugs were crawling under my skin. I didn't see you there, Fatebinder. What can you teach me? Let's dance, Binder. Give me more bows. Okay, so I just took all I could get in bows, because why not? Alright. Excellent. Okay. Box. Get the loot.
I got it.
And from here, nothing else to do but to go talk to Fifth Eye here. The binder of Tunin arrives, squealing with teenager's timber. The fifth eye's voice makes your gums itch and your fingernails feel in need of atrim. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives, but worry not. We'll have more fun in another batch momentarily. Dressed in bronze red regalia of the crimson spears, the fifth eye beckons you to stand close, wagging a blood-spattered glove. Personal gang of the voices of Narat. Okay. Now that you have issued this edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this hole? Chirps of laughter emanate from under his mask. Trust you're getting your warriors ready for battle. I'm not here to follow your every order, but we all need to work together to stop this edict. But of course, you are Tunin's concubine, not mine. I envy your long leash and hope you will grace us with your prowess, if only to set an example for the rabble. We know the Oathbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the Outer Valley, and unless we deal with the second group, they'll attack from behind the moment we cross the river. Remain silent. My last group of scouts returned with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims that she can lead us to Vendran's Guard's secondary camp, though there are shreds of deception in her voice. I could use your help questioning this Varaya Kel. Perhaps you will get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Oathbreakers, we could try and take their captain and show him the wisdom of joining the chorus. Why not just ask the Archon of Secrets? An unintelligible mutter escapes from under the fifth eye's mask as his posture stiffens. I do not tell the voices of Narat what to do, nor do I question his motives. The Archon is busy plotting the efficient destruction of these Oathbreakers and is not to be disturbed. I've known the Archon to demand personal interrogations, but it's only ever been with leaders, mages, or others of great merit. I've often imagined the interrogation process is taken lightly. Perhaps it's downright exhausting for Narat. I don't belong to Archon Narat. What's my help worth? You wound me, Fatebinder. The fifth eye places his hand over his chest, feigning the start of a swoon. I thought the joy of working for the illustrious Archon of Secrets would be reward enough. It's not. But you'd need to be missing half your head to think an expert works for free. Tell me, what will make this worth your while? Okay, let's... Yeah, give me money. Because a dishonest wage would be unbecoming of Tunin's law dogs, no? The fifth eye chuckles, his left hand sliding up his right sleeve. He draws forth a small ring purse and drops it in your hand. The chorus is honored to have purchased your aid. I will speak with the prisoner. I will meet you there. She is waiting by the other prisoners. That's cool. I'm going to do some shopping real quick. Actually, not seeing anything here that's really piquing my interest. Very well. Yeah, he's right there. Come on, man. Keep up with me. I know the fifth eye must... Warman, let the Fatebinder speak with our catch of the day. Please, someone. I wish to bow before the voices of Narat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. A woman in the makeshift armor of Vendran Guard lurches forward in agony. Her soiled and trembling legs suggest she has been forced to stand for days. This one, he flippantly waves at the prisoner, was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the Vendran Guard encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing. The prisoner turns pale a moment before a look of determination comes over her face. But I wanted a guarantee I'd live and be welcomed into the chorus as a captain. Then I'd talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join with the Vendran Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. You claim you would disavow your people for the Scarlet Chorus. Why the change of heart? Because I want to live, and you don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that the younger realms are gone for good. She blinks several times, catching her breath. Kairos is the new strength of the tiers, and I would rather stand with his archons than be crushed by them. Why would I trust the word of an oathbreaker? I suppose I have no answer for that. Mariah's eyes fall to the ground, and she swallows nervously. When I joined the Vendoring Guard, I accepted their broken vow unto myself. Have you not felt passion for a foolish cause, once you later came to regret? Well, my surrender is sincere, and I'm willing to bow before the voices of Nerat to prove it. Well, tell me what you know, and we'll see to your release. I heard the chorus is looking for the Captain Palax Florian and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. She turns her head, taking a long look at a skewered and smoldering corpse around her. She tugs at her restraints, but to no avail. Yeah, you're lying. Why don't you tell me exactly what you know, and I'll see about saving you. Well, you see, shaken by your demand, her lips move wordlessly for several seconds. So I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you. She shakes her head, catching her breath. Search that one. She reaches up with her right leg and points with her foot, calling attention to a nearby pile of corpses. The tall, dark one, missing most of his face. Check his left boot. He was the literate one in our crew. He had the orders. With a snap of his fingers, a pair of choirmen yank the boot off the fallen guardsman. A rolled parchment slides out of the boot and is thrust into the Fifth Eye's hands. He unfurls the scroll to give it a read. It's nonsense, just a mash of words. Laughter erupts from under the mask. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting our time. He snaps his fingers at a nearby Scarlet Fury, who promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. I heard it say she'd swear fealty to the voices of Nerat. An initiation rite would be in order. Yeah, okay. Seeing as you are an expert on the subject of fate, I will entertain your wisdom on the matter. What, then, would you propose we do with her? Send her back as our agent. When the time comes, she will aid us, or we'll track down her kin. I will need to think of a good explanation for my escape, but I'm certain I can return and avoid a suspicion. Thank you. You will not regret this act of mercy. This will end amusingly for the Vendoring Guard. Would be smart to assume she only escaped by our whims. You there. The Fifth Eye barks at a pair of guardsmen beckoning them forward. Release our newest recruit. She has orders to infiltrate the Oathbreakers. See that she is escorted to the river's edge. Yeah, it was probably the wrong choice, but it was my choice. And, gonna do what I gotta do. Mariah inhales deeply, flexing her fingers as she shakes off the stiffness of being tied to a post for days. I will return to the Vendoring Guard, act well on my part, and await further instructions from the chorus. With a nod, she follows her escorts out of the camp. We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position, not with this cryptic mess. She promised us answers, and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
The voice comes from another prisoner tied up next to Variah, an older gentleman with quills, ink vials, and parchment scrolls one finds on the sages of the School of Ink and Quill. Ink smudges cover his cheeks, temples, and ears. His clothes appear charred, and between the rips of the fabric, you spot burn scars along his arms. Despite being emaciated and tied to a post, he offers you a beaming smile. I read the parchment for myself, and see a message of modest length written with professional, albeit hasty penmanship. The Tiersmen speak the Canto just like the Northerners, but they have a half dozen different ways of writing it. This particular script is unknown to you. Show him the parchment.
Let me see. I can't.
You hold the parchment in front of the bound sage, and his eyes dart down the length of the missive. He reads the words for a second time, nodding in silence.
I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
A few hours. Either you can read it or you cannot. What use is a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. Your life depends on you translating this scroll now.
I would love to help. I just need some time. That's written in another sage's shorthand. I'd have to sit down with it, or better yet, compare it to a piece of his writing I have stashed on me somewhere. If I sat down with it while sufficiently sober, it's highly probable I'd figure it out.
Okay, is he currently drunk?
Sober? Since when do we share the good stuff with the prisoners?
Thank you.
Oh, nobody shared. Right before I was taken prisoner, I imbibed several vials of reagents. I wanted to be numb and disconnected when my captors used me for carnal catharsis. It's made these last few days tied to a post almost enjoyable.
You read the edict. I don't need to tell you the sundial's working against us. This addled old bag is just trying to stall us. Let's see. Untie him. Give him a chance to translate. Are you giving me orders, Binder? Does this look like Tunan's court? Last I checked, only the Archon of Secrets can tell me what to do with a prisoner. The Crimson Spear pounds his staff to the ground. If this old man wants freedom, we shall give him his fair shot at a trial.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
But I'll be his champion.
Good. I like it when Tunan's puppies get their paws dirty.
I wouldn't mind taking a swing at some loudmouth chorus.
Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? Raising his arms to the sky, the fifth eye roars for all nearby to hear. Trial by combat is upon us. Sage, unbound from the post, stiff legs nearly buckle as he attempts to walk. His arms flex and flail in their new freedom. Wiping sweat and grime from his brow, the sage steps close to you with a nervous smile. Rhythmic roaring and stomping of hundreds of feet in unison flood the camp. Horsemen begin to circle and swirl about, brandishing weapons and cheering. If they got this worked up to fight the enemy, eventually the war would be over by now. Begin the chant of gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. Let it commence, then, my dudes. Brothers and sisters, who amongst you sets the standard for strength? Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from the strong? The fifth eye waves his hands in the air, drawing in the gathering of chorus soldiers. Our claimants have been assembled. Now let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin.
Your days!
Got them in my sights.
Where is she? She is... Oh, okay. Why did my dude just crawl like that?
I feel...
Let them think they can hit me.
Yeah, you lost consciousness, but we're not going to. And then, yeah, let's hit him with the palm strike.
Can't do that.
We can do this!
By the righteous shedding of blood, we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears that the sage is worthy of leaving our camp alive. The fifth eye offers a short, mocking bow to Lantry. By the customs set forth by the voices of Narat, you are free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell afoul of the chorus, yet lived to tell the story. Hold aloft the severed limb. Splendid! Splendid! The fifth eye claps his bloody gloves as the crowd roars in approval. That's the spirit, Fatebinder. Show the dregs justice wrought from strength. He rubs his hands with a purr, audible over the cheer. If only Narat had claimed you before Tunon did. Alas. I thought I'd die to that post. The sage looks down at his rope-worn wrists in disbelief. Oh, hand me that parchment. I'm certain I can decipher it. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I could make out the important parts of the text. The note makes mention of a meeting spot west of Tripnettle. Tripnettle Wilderness was unlocked on the world map. So the old sage knows his words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead and see if you can't get this Captain Florian to yield to the chorus. They will strike at first sight of a chorus gang, but perhaps they will parley if yours is the face they first see. I know the area, and I suggest we go at once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the stench of camp. You're offering to come with me. Why? Because the alternative is what? Living here with these illiterate brutes? My old study is under a river of fire, and there's no family missing me. Besides, I'd much rather chronicle the binder than twice proclaimed an edict of Kairos. I'd be a fool to let someone else write your story. Swear fealty to me, and I will let you leave this place with me. If that is your price, I will pay it. I, Sage Lantry of the School of Ink and Quill, do pledge my services in Skane to the Fatebinder, and by extension to the Court of Tunon. He dips into a steep bow before rising with a solemn smile. I know I may seem old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and not to get killed, really. I won't slow you down. Lead the way, and I will let you know how I can be of service. Are we done here? Let's hightail it to Tripnettle. If your new pet doesn't behave himself along the way, I'm not clipping his ears. I'm not above clipping his ears. What, are you, sir? You are You are good with one-handed weapons. Not good, but suitable. Really good with lore. And magic. Okay. What skills have you? Okay, well, he throws stuff. So let's... Ooh, man. Yeah, let's go with Voice of the Ages. Hit precision and the ability. Okay, yeah. What gives me... Yeah, let's, boop, boop. Ooh, I get 2 points. Give him a point in Vit. Yeah. Save that up. Okay. Well, that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Join me next time. We're going to look at that glowing scroll at the top of the screen. But otherwise, we're just going to continue seeing how the story goes. I'm pretty intrigued so far. I'm having a good time. I hope you guys too. Have a great day. Have a good night. And as always, thanks for gaming with Esco.